Hey everyone, Jesse Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 6. Now, it has been a while since the last episode, a few weeks, maybe even a month. Anyhow, I got a job, as I mentioned in the last episode, so yeah, I haven't had much free time, basically at all, to do basically anything video related. So yeah, basically nothing has happened here on the server. But that does mean that in the last episode, I built this here construction site, which is still doing all the construction that it was in the last episode. It looks a lot emptier than I remember it, but no matter. We also have actually had... okay, that's fun. In between episodes, something actually rather interesting happens. We have updated to 1.21. Finally, the data packs finally became available, although the most annoying part was updating my own data packs. Mostly because MC Stacker couldn't understand that a quotage, that when you have a book that you have text in, quotation marks inside of the text should be escaped properly. Anyhow, that was a headache. Now, the most important thing that was of course added in Minecraft 1.21 is of course the crafter, which is the now vanilla game automated crafting solution, unlike the one that we had on the server beforehand. I have also noticed from playing around on the server a bit that the old crafting system may actually be a little bit broken, or at least items are just kind of popping out of the blocks instead of going into the hoppers. So yeah, we need to go around finding everywhere on the server that I used this crafting system previously, and replace them with the proper new crafter, which also might mean I need to do a bit of redstone. But yeah, before that though, I do need to quickly get an advancement here that is really easy to get, and also, of course, craft a bunch of these things. There we go. The first place where I need to deal with this is here at the gold farm. Now, there is kind of the issue here that I have to deal with of how the old crafting system worked versus the new crafting system. Because the old crafting system worked off of when the dropper was full, it got a signal strength of 15, which means I could just have a redstone block here with redstone on top of it for the comparing. But the crafter block doesn't work like that. The crafter block goes to a signal strength of 9, which is the problem here. I need a signal strength of 9, not 15, so I'll have to put some extra stuff in here, which is mostly just annoying. But yeah, now I gotta rip out a bunch of stuff, put new different stuff in. Okay, we might have another problem here. I put in everything theoretically correctly, but as you can see, there's just kind of items in this thing, and it isn't powering. These might not be bud powerable, which is a problem. How am I gonna fix this? Okay, this isn't a good solution, but it does work. So I guess the solution is I have to completely loop the redstone all the way onto it. That is kind of weird that the quasi-connectivity there didn't work. And here's the next problem. There are hoppers on this side that are currently where I need to be placing redstone. Alright, I finally got the Gold Farms crafting system all up to date. It's kind of annoying. Hopefully nothing is incredibly broken, but something probably is incredibly broken. So yeah, I guess we'll just see about that when we get to that. Anyhow, now on to the slime farm / perimeter area. It has now been like another couple weeks since that last clip. I'm really great at making videos at the moment. I guess that's what having a job does. But hey, so in that time, however, some stuff has changed. Maybe we now actually have a case for the server computer. For the past, 5 years or so, it has basically just been a motherboard sitting on a table collecting dust. But now it's a motherboard in a box on a table collecting dust, so, it's cooler. Anyway, in this episode, I want to achieve, this block right here, filling it in with something. And what I'm envisioning for this block is that we build a police station and jail / courthouse on this block, because it's, nice and flat and ready for us to build something. Now, I haven't designed literally any of this, so we're just gonna have to see how it happens. And yeah, so you're not now coming up, replay mod's actually out now, so that's pretty cool. But I guess you're just gonna see a patchwork of different time-lapse sections of me building stuff here. So yay! Well, there it is. That's going to be the police station headquarters building for the city. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do an interior at this point, because it's quite big and that would be kind of annoying to figure out. But yeah, let's go over this building a little bit. So, it's a very modern style building here, obviously. It will be a modern police department that does absolutely a lot more brutality than you think they do. But yeah. We got 2 stories here. We got a bit of first floor here. The second floor is obviously bigger, and massive overhangs on the sides here. We have these, I don't know, decorative stripes going around the building here, as well as this giant stripe here that comes over the front. I'm thinking of maybe trying to put the word police down this, but that might be a bit of a challenge. I don't know. I'll see what I can do about that. But we also then have this little lane here out front where you can drive your car in out front, or more likely what's going to happen is the cops are going to pull in here, offload their criminals into the police station here to get processed, and then they're going to be sent into the jail, which is going to be right behind the station here. Additionally, though, we have a parking lot / impound lot over here where the police cars can be sat, or where, I guess, impounded cars can be put when they're or when they are, of course, being impounded. Oh, and this is what the back of the station currently looks like. This is going to definitely change once I actually build the jail, because I realize this here is kind of intruding into the neighboring chunk, although maybe I'll make the building an odd width. That might be useful. I will say, though, while I was building this, the server actually had a crash happen, which I was not really expecting. It was kind of just like jumping around on the roof, coming off of it, and then the server just crashed. I disconnected, my camera account disconnected as well. And I was very confused about that, because the server does not crash often, especially not just like suddenly out of the blue when I'm doing nothing. But I figured out, by looking at the crash report, what the cause of the crash was, and that was the old auto-crafting dropper system that we used to have before they obviously introduced the crafter in Minecraft 1.21 here. Apparently crashed the server in some way that was not expected. But I think I determined that it was this shear crafting system here that somehow caused a crash. And to give you an idea of how bad this was, after the server rebooted, I tried joining again and the server immediately crashed once again. Thankfully, I was just able to disable the auto-crafting droppers rule in Carpet Mod, and everything's working fine right now, but it's still an issue. Anyhow, let's get building the courthouse / jail. It's going to be a skyscraper behind the police station. And what seems like a while later, there's the jail / court building built up behind the police station here. Now, I didn't, like the police station, do any interiors at the moment, although I do actually plan to do interiors on the jail here. As you can see by the fact that I left room for redstone for the actual cells themselves. Of course, I also need to do the actual courtroom, but that's probably going to be next episode if I end up doing that. So, a couple of the features of the jail. First of all, on the roof here, this is supposed to be a rooftop yard. I think I'm going to be putting cobwebs on top of the iron bars here to kind of act as like barbed wire at the top of the fence, but I need to acquire cobwebs. Thankfully, I think there's an easy way to do that in 1.21 now, which, hey, maybe we'll go check out the trial chambers next. I don't know. Maybe that'll be next episode. But yeah. Other than that, we going down here, we have 3 floors of cells with a redstone floor in between, so we can make cell doors automatically opened and closed from a centralized location, or as it's probably going to be, I'm probably going to take a chunk of the building over this way to convert to stairwells and utilities, where we'll have redstone running up and down, as well as a staff and prisoners stairwell here that will, of course, come to the roof, and also go down to the first floor, which will be used a bit differently here. So obviously we're going to have a courtroom here on the first floor. It's probably going to be mostly centered in the building here. On this side, we were probably going to have like the entranceway where the desk... Was that just... Did I just get rubber banded there? I'm on the local connection! What the heck is going on with 1.21 here? Ugh. Anyhow. So yeah, out here is where like the entrance, the court clerk's area are going to be. Maybe the judges' quarters are going to be back over here. Not entirely sure. Then we're going to have the actual courtroom itself. You know, bunch of seats, the, you know, the bar, so to speak, the bench, you know, the jury box, whatever. And then in the back here, we're going to have the stairs that go up to the actual prison itself. So it's mostly going to be the staff stairs all the way down here, which will go all the way up into... Well, those will go all the way up. We're also then going to have the prisoner accessible stairs, which obviously will only go between the cell floors and the roof. Obviously, we don't want the prisoners to have any way down here. And actually, the judges' quarters might be in the back here to, I guess, be a little bit more private than being out front, where I guess the entrance would be on this side. But yeah, I guess I gotta finish off lighting up the roof, I guess. But also, I guess I'm gonna put cobwebs on the roof, then. Alright, I've added cobwebs onto the top of the iron bars here to kind of act as a bit of barbed wire, you know, thematically, lore-wise, make it so it's like, oh... You can't climb over this fence. And, yeah, that took me a while to get. I had to raid a mine shaft. It was very disconnected from itself in order to actually get all these. I was initially going to try to use the new weaving potion effect, but, like, I couldn't really easily make a farm for that because it just doesn't really spread all that much. So, like, yeah, that wouldn't have been too useful. Anyhow, I think I'm going to do a little bit of starting on some interior stuff. Mostly just making the way to, like, traverse between floors. Because I think that would be quite useful to start off with. So yeah, I'm going to get doing that. Okay, so for what I've done for the interior here, it isn't much, but we're starting down here on the first floor. So, like, you know, right here will be the courtroom. Over here will be the entrance area, / where the clerk's desk is, I guess. Guess there'll be a hallway over here with an entrance to the courtroom from the police station, which I guess I'll have to actually make. That was actually pretty accurate on that. Back here is where we'll have, like, the judges' quarters, and, I'm not sure what else is going to go back here. We might also have, like, another office back here, but it's mostly going to be the judges' quarters, and, of course, a hallway back here. And then here is the actual way up to the prison. This is the staff staircase. I don't think there's going to be anything down here, but it's just a staircase, probably some iron doors down there or something. Here is the first redstone level for the prison, which is going to have all these redstone mechanisms for controlling the doors and such. It's probably going to be blocked off eventually, but it's open for now, so I know where it is. And then coming up here, we'll have the first floor of the prison. Now, I've walled off the rest of this space. There is space back here, because this corner here is going to have the prisoner staircase, which is probably going to be more barricaded with, like, wooden doors or something. And is just going to go from here up to the roof. And so from here back into the staff staircase area, this goes continuing up past the second floor redstone area into the second floor, which is also exactly the same. And similarly, third floor redstone area up to the third floor. Now, I do actually have to make this thing go up to the roof. And that's a little bit annoying because there's obviously gravel on the roof. But yeah, the prisoners will also go to the roof. And so, yeah, I'm going to extend this to the roof, and then I'm just going to put a guard tower in the corner. Alright, here we are. This looks pretty decent here. As you can see, in the corner here where the staircase comes up, we of course have this fenced-in area for the guards here, so that, you know, prisoners can't just access the staff staircase from the roof, because of course the staff staircase has basically unlimited access to the entire building here, as well as the exit, which obviously prisoners, we don't want to have them to access. Additionally, in the corner here, we have the singular guard tower from the roof, and I think it looks kind of weird on the other side. I don't know if I maybe want to put a ring of stairs around the actual bottom of the tower here, but anyhow, the tower, it's pretty simple. It's just this small base with a ladder inside. You get up here into this glass-filled room for those cold winter days, or nights, I suppose. And then, of course, you have the actual balcony here where various people could be patrolling. You do have a little bit of roofing there to protect you from, I guess, vertical precipitation. Of course, there's the view over the yard here, and the other way, I guess, the view of the construction site, so the government can make sure nothing suspicious is going on over there, and I guess you can try to look out over the rest of the city, although, I mean, you can look that way down the road or that way down the road, but you can't exactly look directly down. That's not something that apparently you can do. So yeah, that, can I get out of here with this? Yes, I can. Alright, that is, oh, I should light that up. Let's go say hi to the zombie. Perfect landing. Anyhow, okay, that's dealt with. So yeah, anyhow, with that, I think I've kind of run out of steam for doing stuff in this episode, so I guess in the next episode I'll start tackling the interior of this, and maybe next episode will be the last. Maybe not, but it might be, depending on how much effort I actually end up putting into videos from here on out this summer. So, with that being said, I'm going to have to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I will see you all in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 6. Bye!